Hello traders, this is Mac Billion. Today is June 24, 2016, and let's talk about the market. Today we have a huge move in the spider on the S&P futures also, and you can see here is right at Fibonacci support 203.41. It was support back in April, May, and you can see a lot of support at this level, and we bounced from that level after it didn't confirm the breakdown on April and in May. So there's a high probability that we're gonna break down based on DMI, on also MACD, but it's also a 30% probability that we bounce based on what happens on April and what happens on May. So keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on today's low. Today's low was 202.72. If it confirms Monday below that level, this thing is gonna go to 197, which is had some support, but the major support will be at 193, 188. So keep an eye on this one. DMI is bearish, and ADX changed direction. It was from 14, it went to 14 from 16 with huge volume. There's a lot of sellers right here. So keep an eye on the breakdown. If you break down, go short, or you can also trade the bounce, which will be a relief rally. Now let's talk about the iShares results, the IWM. Let's see right here, major support right here, and you can tell right here that it's moving inside a triangle wedge. This triangle wedge has a top right here about 120, and also there's a trend line right here at 112. 112 is the Fibonacci support, and you see the trend line. If we break down, or confirms the breakdown below today's low, we're gonna have a move easily to 102, which it will be $10 move. So this is a major triangle breakdown, but it needs confirmation. ADX is getting strong, and directionals are bearish. So I think this one is really bearish, and there's a high probability that we're gonna break down from here. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple is making lower lows. You can see here there's a lot of discussion. You go in some social media and you say Apple is bearish, and people get upset. How can you say it's not bearish? It's making lower lows, it's trending down. Every time it goes up, it doesn't make a higher high, make a higher low, a lower low. So major support is 92. We were there in August, we were there at the beginning of the year, we were there in May, and we're gonna go there right here probably Monday at $92. If you break down $92, then 82 is the next support. Now you have to keep in mind that we're gonna enter earnings report season. We start in the middle of July, and people are gonna go and buy shares of the major monsters like Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Apple. Why? Because people gamble on expectations that is gonna be a good report. Also, people might, if you break down 88.92 right here, might start selling before the earnings, thinking that it's gonna be a bad earnings report. But my think is, if you go short here, try to trim your positions and take profits little by little. So that way, if you bounce, thinking that investors start buying and expectations of good report, you don't get caught. So you take profits little by little. Now let's talk about Netflix. Let me show you Netflix, a beautiful triangle wedge that you need to put in your watch list. But you have to be very disciplined. Right here, it break down today, but it needs confirmation below today's low, which is 87.21. If it confirms that Monday, this thing is gonna go 75 on a blink. The same, it reports on July 18, so you have to keep in that on mind that it might bounce anytime, so you have to take profits when you can. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about silver. Silver, major resistance, $17. We were there back that was in April, and today we again break out that level. The high was 1707, so if it confirms Monday about that level, we're gonna go to the 20s. So keep an eye on this one. There is a lot of accumulation right here, so it can be a huge breakout right here. Nice move. Now let's talk about gold. For that one, I'm gonna use GG Gold Corporation. Breakout of this triangle wedge needs confirmation. I will buy it about $19. If it goes about $19, this thing is gonna go target 24. Listen to this, 24. DMI is bearish and is very strong. People are buying huge money on gold. So keep this one in your watch list because this one is bullish and strong. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about APA, which is oil. APA is Apache Corporation. Nice triangle wedge right here. The top will be, let me get this out. The top will be Fibonacci 60, and you see the trend resistance. So you can put this one in your watch list. If you break out 60, it's gonna go up. If you break down this trend line right here, it's gonna go to 48, probably 33. So this one is good for your watch list. Keep it on your watch list and be disciplined when it break down or it break out because this one moved very nicely. So this is everything for today. Trade on.